Hey, what's going on, y'all? So today's question or topic is Bumble cultivating or contributing to simp culture? So before we get started, I want to go ahead and encourage y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, do all that fun YouTube stuff, and let's get into it, all right? So here we go. Is Bumble cultivating simp culture? And the answer is yes. So before y'all get y'all panties all tied up in a bunch, pay attention to the question that I'm asking, okay? I didn't ask if you a dude and you on Bumble, you a simp. I didn't ask that. That's not the question. That's not the topic. All right? The topic is Bumble contributing to is Bumble contributing to or cultivating simp culture? And the answer is yes. And here's why. So before I get into the why, I have to kind of explain the what, right? I have to kind of explain what Bumble is because it amazes me, how many people. It amazes me how many people I come across who haven't heard of Bumble or who don't know how Bumble works. Because I guess their lives are just so amazing and so great, and they just figured out relationships that I don't do the online dating thing or blah blah blah, whatever, right? So let me go ahead and break it down for you, right? Bumble's real simple, right? The way Bumble works is like this. All right, you download the app. Then once you download the app, you got to upload some photos, and then you answer some questions, and then you fill out a little paragraph explaining what you're looking for and what you're about, right? Or you don't have to do that, but you can or whatever, and then you have to adjust your radius of the people that you're looking to meet within, right? So you have to select a range in which you want Bumble to find matches for you, right? So once you do all that, then you start getting profiles in your app, right? So you swipe right on profiles that interest you, and then you swipe left on profiles that don't interest you. All right. So once there's a match, the female has 24 hours to get back to the dude, right? Or to initiate conversation, right? The dude can't initiate the conversation. He has to sit there and wait, right? So I guess on all the other dating apps, I guess that dudes are such pieces of shit that, that females are just fed up with getting all these sexual messages and dick pics or whatever they were getting before. And they said, we're going to take the power and we're going to put the power in the woman's hands to initiate the conversation so we can show you men how shit is supposed to be done. Right? That's how the shit works, right? I didn't write the rules. That's just how the rules work, right? So they do all that or whatever. And here's where things get simpish, all right? So on the dude's end, right, the dude has an extend button to where he can extend the amount of time that the chick has to get back to him, right? So when a dude hits that extend button, she has an additional 24 hours to initiate conversation with him. Okay? And then on top of that, I think dudes only get like one extend a day or one free extend a day. If they want more, because they match with so many other chicks, they have to pay for more extends. All right? So why is that? So why is hitting that button simpish? Well, before we go on, let's examine the definition of a simp from before, right? So if you look down, you'll see the definition of a simp right there. All right? And as you can see, a simp is a dude who does things with the intent on either gaining or keeping the interest of a chick. Period. All right? And that button, the action of hitting that button falls perfectly within that definition. All right? Because a dude can hit that button for only one or two reasons. Either one, he's thinking, man, shit, we match. Shit, if I want her to if I want her to get back at me, I'm gonna have to hit that button, to shit. She might not be interested enough, but maybe if I hit that extend button, maybe she'll be interested enough to message me back or to initiate conversation, right? And on the other hand, on the flip side, the dude might be like, man, this is a bad chick. I don't want to let this chick go. So shit, I got to do something. I got to hit this extend button so I can keep her interested to let her know that I'm interested. And maybe she'll write me back, or maybe she'll, initiate conversation with me. Fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you hit that extend button and after matching with a chick, you a simp. Just straight up. Right? Or that behavior is simpish. All right. I'll put it that way so you guys don't get too offended, right? But yeah, if you hit that button, that's simp behavior, hitting that button. All right, based on the definition and the criteria that I explained before. All right, and it all goes back to a simple rule that a lot of people haven't learned in life, and that basic rule is you can't make nobody like you. There's nothing you can do to make somebody like you. Either they like you or they don't. All right. Now they can eventually like you for some other reason, unbeknownst to you later, but there's no action you can do to make somebody like you, right? And we're gonna get on that in another video. We'll talk about that later because that's a whole another topic. But but this is a derivative of that. All right. So, fellas, don't hit that button, man. All right. And to add on to things too, right? Like I've read some profiles where like I've seen chicks that say, if you don't extend me, I'm not gonna initiate a conversation with you. Now I'm like, all right, well, shit, bye, bitch. Like I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not hitting that button. No. Mm-mm. Either you like me or you don't. The rules of the game are the power is in your hand to initiate conversation, right? This all goes back to accountability, and I know it's gonna piss a lot of women off, but it's the truth, man. That extend button is there because one, dudes are simps, and two, females in general just don't subscribe to accountability. Loosely speaking, I know there's a few special cases out there where y'all do, but for the most part, that's why that button is there. All right. And then also I read some profile, or I had actually in my simp days when I actually matched with a chick. I remember, it got down to that last minute. Like the clock was turning red. See, Bumble's fucked up because they have a clock that counts down and that shit'll turn red in the last minute. And they'll even give you updates like without you even opening up the app. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, man, if I want to, I'm like, man, let me go hit that extend button. So I hit the extend button. And as soon as I hit that extend button, she was like, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? Thanks for extending me. Yeah, nah, it wasn't worth it. It just wasn't. Look, either you like me or you don't. That has to be your mindset, right? If we match and the app is set up for you to initiate conversation with me, then you better get at me, all right? I'm not hitting no fucking extend button. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. So, and I got one last question for y'all, right? So ladies, real quick, be honest. All right? So for you ladies who are on Bumble that, that are doing this whole Bumble thing or whatever, do you have like, or for you class of women that say, you know what? I'm not going to initiate conversation unless you extend me. For you women, not all the other women. I'm talking specifically to the class of women that make it a requirement for a dude to hit that extend button before they initiate conversation. My question to you is, have there been any cases where, you just initiated the conversation anyway? Like there was one dude that just tooted your horn so well that you were like, you know what? Man, fuck the extend. I'm gonna go holler at him. Exactly. Exactly my point. There's been at least one dude where you were like, nah, the extend button rule doesn't apply to him. So fellas, you heard that? While you up there hitting the extend button for this chick, she up there getting at other dudes without requiring them to hit that extend button. So in other words, if you have to hit that extend button, basically what you're saying to her is, hey, I'm a plan B dude or I'm the plan C dude. Hey, I'm willing to take whatever I can get. All right. So, yeah. So like I said before, if you want to hit that extend button, be my guest. But just know that button leads to nowhere. All right. Because I'm curious to know, Put in the comments down below, like if you met someone on Bumble, or put in the comments below if you have met someone on Bumble that you're in a relationship with, and I'm curious to know if the dude had to hit the extend button. I just want to know. I want to know how's your relationship going. Are you happy? You know, because I'm willing to bet that dudes that hit that extend button that actually got the chick, they probably ain't with that chick no more, or they miserable as fuck with that chick. Because in another video, when I'm going to explain later down the road, is at the end of the day, where simping leads to henpeckism. But that's another video for another day. We're going to get into that later. But I'm just curious to know. So comment amongst yourselves. I want to know, for those of y'all that met on Bumble and that are in a relationship, if you hit the extend button and where your relationship is at. I'm just curious because I want to know. I mean, I think I already know, but I just want to confirm, and verify the results. All right. So, fellas, in conclusion, just because you're on Bumble, being on Bumble doesn't make you a simp. But hitting that extend button, that's some simp behavior. Cut that shit out. Save your money, save your time, fuck with chicks that want to fuck with you. And that's all I got. So, like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube stuff, and I'm going to get back at y'all. All right, I'm out. Peace.